Got asked good question. Great question just got asked to me. If you traded Isaiah Thomas to the Lakers for Magic, how would their careers have been different? This is a great question. Thank you. Great question. Isaiah with Kareem, Worthy, Cooper. Magic with Dumars, Pistons, Lambeer, and them. How would it have been different for David Rodman? Um, I think they both come out of their respective conferences. But if I'm honest, I think Isaiah is more successful. Now that doesn't mean he'd be more talented, but I think he comes out more successful. I do. And I tell you why. He never got to play with a center like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He never got to play with a cat like James Worthy that would utilize. Now, granted, Mark Aguirre, Adrian Dantley, and those guys were great talents, the wings and everything, and Dumars and everything. But Magic had the complementary of guys who were better pure shooters and they would go to the hole and the way they process showtime. Isaiah Thomas's style would have been extra scary in the West. I truly believe that. Um, Actually, a guy like Chuck Daly and Pat Riley aren't that different in structure. And you think about how many times that he played without the ball. Um, I think it would have been very compelling. I think he would have thrived under the Pat Riley system. I think he would have been Isaiah Thomas's style would have worked very well under Pat Riley with the Showtime. I really believe that. He was very elusive. He was very explosive. He was very direct. And I think that in that kind of scene, he probably saves himself some years on his career. They played so physical and they gave us so much in Detroit. You got to remember, this is why this is such a great question. If you go back 40 years ago, little over 40 years ago, that game against Denver in 84, a little over 40 years now, that was the highest scoring game in the NBA. I remember that game. And him and Kelly Tripucka, they was running and gunning. That was before they got slowed down with the daily and that, that style of basketball, that the physical, that ball that ended up did win them titles. One thing about reason why they could call themselves the Raiders of basketball, football and basketball are similar in that way. So you slow the game down in the postseason, half court ball. Same thing happened in basketball. Teams don't score as much, and everything gets tight. So the Pistons were prepared for that mental toughness with that. And he had played his career with the Lakers, with that system. I think he wins about 4 or 5 chips. Now you asked me about Magic in Detroit, the pressure being at home, how he would have done going against Bird and Boston more often. I think they come out the East because I think he'd be a hard matchup. But the thing is that they would have had to bring in a scorer. I had Vinnie Johnson off the bench to microwave him, but it would have been interesting. Dumars, they would have had to definitely have had low post present guys who could score because Rodman, Rick Mahorn, um, James Edwards, Lambeer, they weren't high volume scores. Now Magic would Lambeer actually have added 5 points to his career? That would have been very interesting. What Chuck Daly would have done to support a Magic would have been interesting. Now, would history still look at them as the same where they fall in? I think Magic was a better talent for what he could do with versatility. But I do think that if Isaiah Thomas got to play with the Lakers in that run, he wins as many rings as Magic. I do. Because of the style. This what makes this such a great question. If you switched them, how might that have been? And I think that because of the style, could have been quite compelling. I definitely think it could have been quite compelling. I think that because Isaiah could run. Isaiah was perfect for a style for the West. You put him with certain types of teams, his style would have definitely loaned itself for that era. And he would have definitely been a factor. Magic would have done good in back east, but he would have had to have a certain type of talent around him. Because he pretty much got to play with Kareem all his career, and he always had wings and different guys. Isaiah Thomas played the two-tone style. People forget it was fast early and it slowed down later. So I think he would have adapted real nicely. But it's a great question. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. And share the video if you like. And hit that membership because when you do, questions like this I do bring forth. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay true, stay woke, stay real. I'm out one time. Peace.